Hello, everybody, and welcome to www.sporthotpicks.com. I am your host, Tommy School. Welcome to Monday, May the 17th, 2021. After an amazing weekend, we got some really fun, exciting stuff for you all here today. In today's episode, I should say, we're going to review yesterday's results from the major sports, catch you up on all those numbers. Review our miss the cut numbers. We've been doing that segment for you of picks that we liked but we didn't put into the segment. We're going to go over some of those and you'll see why we didn't like them so much. Then we'll look at our paid picks over the course of the weekend where we went 9-5, cashing in on that and coming out ahead. We'll do the miss the cut segment where the picks that we have in Major League Baseball. We got 5 Major League Baseball and 2 NHL in the Miss the Cut segment. We'll go over the lesson of the week, and as you all know, we're not all about our service here of just being able to sell you the picks, but also educating you on how to do this yourself and make money on your own. Last couple of things we'll do is we'll go over our paid picks. And we do have a free paid pick of the day today. All right, so going over the major sports, starting out in the NBA. Regular season ended yesterday. Playoffs are starting. Favorites went 51.2% on the year against the spread, and the overs ended up just ahead at 50.4%. Straight up yesterday, the favorites were 12-3. And against the spread, they were 9-5. And the 5 teams that covered were the Pacers, the Celtics, the Thunder, Timberwolves, Bulls, Hornets, and Celtics. Those are the 5 that covered. Unders yesterday went 7-1, and there was a push on the over-under yesterday as well. Some things happened in the NBA. You got the start of the NBA tournament. Playoffs coming up where the Pacers are -3 versus the Hornets. These are early lines, so something to be paying attention to as you start to look at your bets. Celtics -2 versus the Wizards. And then on Wednesday, they got the Grizzlies -3 versus the Spurs, and the Lakers are heavily favored against the Golden State Warriors, to say the least. Now in NHL, now that the playoffs have started, I will only be talking playoff numbers going from this point forward. But just to wrap it up, the NHL, the favorites went 51.39%, and the unders were at 58.39%. And the first period unders are at 50.99% on the year. Now, with the playoffs, the Dogs are 3-1 straight up. This is playoff hockey time. Just don't know how the puck's going to bounce, especially like the Vegas and the Wild game that goes off of one of their own skates. And the Vegas Knights lose to the Wild there as they were heavily favored. Underdog at +135. The Islanders won, and the Flames all won. So the Dogs are 3-1 on the playoffs here at 75%, and the over-unders are 2-2. So depending on what side you're on there, and the first period unders are also 2-2. So the odds makers definitely playing on the heartstrings of, or pulling on our gut strings, I should say, with that over-under being right at 50%. Major League Baseball, the favorites were 7-5 against yesterday, and one push. The over-unders went 9-6. The Dogs that covered were the Marlins, O's, Cardinals, Angels, Athletics, and the Mariners. So overall for the season, the favorites are 326 and 265 for a 55.16%, and the unders are 306 and 286 at 51.69%. So that's your wrap up there of those numbers. And now we talk about the segment of Miss the Cut, and I wanted to kind of remind you, the miss the cut are the ones that we're leaning one way or another. We don't have enough confidence to put it into our paid pick segment, but might help you in making your decision and that sort of stuff. So I wanted to track those numbers. And in those numbers, we are 25-30 on the miss the cut picks. So we're actually doing really well by not putting those into our paid picks section because we want to be above the break even point of the 52.3% that we talk about all the time so that you can be profitable in what you do and making a second income, or even more fun, becoming a sports wagering handicapper as a career. So yeah, after a total of 55 picks, we're only at 45.55%. Now, some of those picks might come in your favor and really help you out in what you're looking to do. But for us, we just don't have the confidence in them, and it gives us some information to share with you. Always remember that you could subscribe and follow us on YouTube at Sport Hot Picks, also on Facebook at the Fine Nine Picks. That's originally what we were going to call it, but that was too many picks. Twitter, we're on Sport Hot Picks. Instagram on Sport Hot Picks as well. Our service, $9.99. You get every single one of our picks, and over the course of the month, you're going to pay about 4 to 5 cents per pick. Now, think of it like that, where some other sports handicapping services are charging you per day just to get a pick or two. We're charging you $9.99. You get every single one of our picks. In March, we were at 61.11%. We're at 7.5 picks per day, which added up to 4 cents per pick. We ended up 23.41 units. In April, we had a total of 233 picks at 7.77 picks. We were at 4 cents a pick. We ended up in April at 58.8%. In May, right now we've had 112 picks. We're at 58.93%, right at 7 picks per day at 9 cents per pick, and that's just through April the 16th there. Total since March, we're at 579 picks with 346 wins, 233 losses. That's a 59.76%, which adds up to 7.5 picks per day. You would have paid $29.97 total over the course of the time frame at only 5 cents per pick. So www.sporthotpicks.com. You can buy your subscription right there for $9.99. Also, you could like and share our broadcast here with all of your friends, and you can also catch us on Spreaker.com on our podcast as well. So let's look at our results over the weekend. We went 9-5 at a 64.28%. On Saturday, we went 4-1, and Sunday 5-4. On Saturday, Celtics +5 got that one. Celtics Timberwolves under 232 hit that. Major League Baseball, the Rangers +1.5, we got that. The Reds money line hit that, and then we missed on the Oilers on the money line. Up 2.59 units on the day. Sunday 5-4, we hit the Hawks -8, Lakers -6, and 76ers -7.5, but we missed the Bucks -2. The Knights on the money line, we missed that one, as we know how the Minnesota went nuts on them. And then we hit the Nationals on the money line. We missed the Indians -1.5. We missed the over/under on the Diamondbacks. As the Diamondbacks, they decided not to show up at all. Still up a unit on the day though on 5-4. So overall, 58.93%. We're up 10.5 units on the month there. And again, as I said before, 579 total picks at 7.52 picks a day, and our total cost just over 6 cents. Again, Sport Hot Picks is a sport handicapping service that is here to support you to help the amateur recreational sports bettor. Number one, get picks so that they can start winning. Number two, learn how to make money in the industry. And then number three, how to really manage building a bankroll and becoming successful. So let's jump into our Miss the Cut segment right here real quick. We have a couple of them for you. We got, like I said, we got the ones in Major League Baseball. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail on these, but it might be able to help you make your decision one way or the other. The Cubs, we watched the line move significantly on the Cubs. They opened up at -120. Now it's between 150 and 164. And you know, they're a team off of a win and doing really, really well. Going to be at 60. 0.59% when they're facing a lefty. The Cubs are coming off of a win. We also feel the under 8.5 on that game is going to be a good one because the wind's going to be blowing in. However, we watched it move quite a bit from minus 115, and then they also moved the line down to 8 at a minus 108. So if you're looking at the Cubs under, that's an option there. Angels on the money line. The public are all over the favorites on this one. Um, the Angels just coming off of a walk-off win. We think this is a great way to fade the public who are taking the underdog and pushing the Angels up from a minus 140 or to a 140 from a 125. We've seen it as high as minus 145, but still there's a lot of public money coming in on the White Sox. The last one, the Tigers. We got two more. Tigers opened up at plus 140. Now they're up to plus 164 and as low as 145. This is actually a really good matchup for the Tigers against Seattle. However, because it is such a long shot, we felt that we didn't want to put it into our paid segment side. And then the last one for Major League Baseball, Dodgers, Diamondbacks, under 3.5 in the first 5. Walker Buehler is going to absolutely dominate. Dodgers are typically a slow starting team. And we don't want to even think about bringing the Diamondbacks bullpen into the equation. Sport Hot Picks on YouTube, Find 9 Picks on Facebook, Twitter on Sport Hot Picks, and also Instagram of Sport Hot Picks. $9.99. We're unique. Like no other sports wagering consultant, we want to give you all the tools to become a great wagerer, as well as if you just want to take the picks and run with it, you could do that. We are not going to get into the lesson of the week here. I'm going to actually carry that over, and because we had so much to catch up on over the weekend, and I want to keep these under 15 minutes. So we're going to cover the lesson of the week on how to bet Major League Baseball. And the 3 key points that we'll be discussing is, number 1, avoiding the favorites. Number 2, looking for divisional underdogs and the value there. And then number 3, understanding how to find the focus on the money line. So that's what we'll be looking at. Now, what we got for you today, we've got 1, 2 in NHL. We got something going with the Bruins Capitals there and the Predators Hurricanes. You got to log in and get those picks done for you. Once you sign up, you automatically get an email from us. And again, it's $9.99 for all of your picks. And then we got 4 with Major League Baseball. We really got some good ones in here where you could get a lot of value based off of these picks. And we think that we have a chance to make you some money, especially we've already talked about the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks. We got a way to get you some plus money on a really good number in there. So make sure to purchase that one there. And then we got the Indians Angels that we talked about and the Twins White Sox on some things that we're going to be bringing for you. And because of that Twins White Sox, that's our free pick of the day for today. And our free pick of the day brought to you by www.sporthotpicks.com. Again, our service is $9.99. You get every single one of our picks. And our underdog, our free picks are cashing in at 55% right now. And these are ones that don't mace the cut, but they are good enough to tell you about it. We're taking the Twins White Sox under 9.5. And you can find it out there at a minus 106. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Tommy, your host. Have yourself a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.